What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Pet Shop Boys. And we're going to move into the bonus material included in the expanded folder for the 1993 album Very. Thank you, as always, to Seb. And I believe the first track is the B-side for the single Can You Forgive Her, the track that opened the album. And it's called Hey Headmaster. So a headmaster, an instructor, we don't actually use that term here in the US, but it sounds like someone is speaking to a teacher or maybe a proper professor. It sounds like someone is speaking very colloquially, perhaps even, maybe not rudely, but a bit impertinently. So I wonder whether there is a degree of disrespect or a chiding nature to the phrase. Someone is trying to wind up the headmaster by speaking to them in that manner. So yes, I do wonder whether we're actually talking a headmaster or whether this is a term that's used in a figurative way for someone who is maybe senior and more knowledgeable or in a position of power relative to the speaker. But yes, I feel like oftentimes there's a cleverness to Pet Shop Boys titles and lyrics, so I would not be surprised if that is the case here as well. Let's give it a listen. This is Hey Headmaster by the Pet Shop Boys, which is a B-side to Can You Forgive Her, a track from their 1993 album Very. That line coming.
All the kids in the school have seen you being patient with the boys who fool you when you used to hit them with your ruler, so independent too. Hey, headmaster, what's the matter with you? Integration of the football team. No one seems to want to play for real in classroom, club or pool. Hey headmaster, what you gonna do? There's an invitation in the post to a reading party on the coast. Pack your bags up, you will be everything. Get together with your friends who will give you time to think and time to kill with independent hosts. Hey headmaster, aren't you gonna go? Hey headmaster, aren't you gonna go?
So it does very much seem to be about a headmaster at a school. I'm thinking of a private preparatory school and, boys maybe in the young teen age. But it's interesting because at first it seems about a lot of that environment and, maybe boys tricking him or giving him a hard time and he's, sort of feeling burnt out or upset about what's happening, but making reference to the striking of the ruler, or using a ruler to strike a kid's hand, and talking about how short they're cutting their hair. Maybe it goes against regulations, but they want to look cool. But then talking about, what was it, getting an invitation to a party on the coast, and what was it, a reading party, and asking him if he's going to go and kill some time, which maybe could recharge his batteries, or take his mind off what's happening. There was a line very early on where I wondered if there was a suggestion that maybe like he was involved with some of his students, but I feel like it was more maybe just about the overall blue malaise that he was feeling, and the being tricked or again teased or whatever, which I don't think the phrase really suggested my thought in that direction before I heard the song. But it does sound like a kid who's being bold enough to say, like, hey, what's going on with you? Like, why do you always look so sad? Like, oh, and I heard that you got this invitation. So I wonder, like, who the narrator is supposed to be. Obviously, it can be an omniscient narrator, which in the world of written fiction means like whoever's telling you the story has like a full overhead 360-degree view, and they're not really a character in the story. But yes, it sounds like a headmaster who perhaps is sort of stuck in a rut, feeling a malaise, and maybe can go to this place where they might, again, kill some time, or find some relief from whatever is dragging them down in the current context. So yeah, I suppose it sounds more like a Neil song in the Neil Chris like sonic spectrum. But yeah, there's a bit of that like trip hop vibe, like in terms of the beat. Obviously some very beautiful strings along the way, Neil's voice sounding, sweet and smooth like it often does. But yeah, I don't quite know the full contours of the narrative, but it seems like a lighter, not like joking necessarily, but a less, social commentary track, even if maybe there's a bit of that there. And now I'm remembering the part about the football team where like, was it like integrating the football team, which at first I'm thinking like, oh, maybe like students are getting passing grades because they're part of the football team, and they have to theoretically do or like achieve a certain level scholastically to be allowed to participate. But then I thought like maybe it's literally like no one there wants to take part in school activities, they don't want to play on the football team, and maybe he's the one responsible for trying to fill out the roster or whatever. It felt like a bit of a diversion from the overall thrust of the tune as I was trying to understand it. So I imagine that may be part of what he's feeling like frustrated about or whatever, but I was surprised by that turn into the football team section. So either way, a fun tune, again, not one that feels heavy like some of their tracks, not one with like a real dance floor feel, just a sort of mellow synth pop meets a bit of trip hop type of sonic atmosphere, and a like interesting character or like situation sketch, as I took from the lyrics on a first listen anyway. So in any case, shout out to Seb once again. Let me know what you think. I will see you next time. Peace.